Jeet Purohit. I'm 17 years old, and today I'm just excited to spend the day around La Jolla, and we're probably gonna go to the beach, so that's cool.
Nice. Do you like the beach or?
Oh yeah, I love the beach.
Yeah. Do you guys have a beach where you're from or?
I mean it's a little like hour and a half
Okay.
drive,
Yeah.
but it's close.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Some softball questions. Hmm. Okay. What qualities of yourself are you most proud of?
For me, I'm most proud of my ability to like focus at times when I really need to. Like when I know I have a deadline coming up, I really just have an ability to like lock in and just complete whatever I need to and like hyper focus on that. So I really like that. And I also think I just have a really good sense of perseverance. This also dips into one of my hobbies is like I go bouldering in my free time at a
Ooh.
gym. And there's like some really hard climbs that take like a long time to do and like multiple days, but I just find myself like keep going back at it again and again.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's something that you've learned or do you feel like you've always just had that?
Oh, I feel like I've always just had that. Even I don't really have a specific example, but when I was younger, I feel like also, same qualities.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Also, bouldering, I tried it 2 weeks ago.
hmm
Hard.
It's really fun though.
It's fun.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers does it like religiously every Tuesday,
hmm
and I went with her and blisters. I don't know how you guys do it. It's
Yeah, the
crazy.
chalk helps a lot.
Yeah, but it's definitely like it's fun to like. It's kind of like a mind game. You're
Yeah,
thinking about it, and it gets your kind of brain moving,
yeah.
which very cool. Okay, what is your favorite activity to do outside of school or work?
Yeah, so I just mentioned it, and yeah, I go bouldering. I think I started in like January of this year, and I'm like honestly like obsessed with it. Like at this point, like my social media for you page is
Hmm.
also now like pro boulderers,
Right.
and yeah.
That's really cool. Is your gym like, does it have really, really high routes or is it just,
Our gym it just has bouldering, not like the really high stuff, but
oh,
I think they're really good because they do like a lot of different types of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Okay, what is an accomplishment, personal project, or extracurricular you're proud of working on?
So this is, I guess now a while back, but in my junior year, I was part of Model United Nations, and we went to UCLA and Berkeley for two conferences, and me with my partner, we won two research awards, which is something that I'm like really passionate about also because I think when I just started, I got into Model United Nations. I think I joined the club because they were offering free cookies. And then I was like, wow, this research really, really interests me. And I spent a ton of time on it. Like there was a position paper we had to write. And I think that was really nice because it just felt like all of my hard work paid off.
Yeah. What was the research about?
For our very first conference in UCLA, it was about climate change mainly and like
Mm,
just two different sides of the issue. And then in our at UC Berkeley, one of the topics was the effects of alcoholism, and the other was insecurities in global food aid.
is there like out of those like subjects, is that something that you want to do long term?
I would say I don't really want to go into any of them, but I still like am pretty passionate about climate change. Like I try to do small stuff. Like I drive an electric
For
car.
sure.
I'm like
Oh,
vegetarian. So just to
nice.
do like small stuff to like advance the cause a little.
Yeah. In terms of like, where you see yourself, like what do you want to do in the next like five
Um
years?
Honestly, I'm gonna be a math and econ major at UCLA, and
Nice.
I want to go into something related to finance because that's how I got into econ actually from my research. It was just really interesting to learn how like the money moves around. So yeah, I want to go into
Yeah.
finance, and then I will probably do some like volunteer work for like climate change and stuff on the side.
Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, you can answer this in however you really feel. What does education mean to you?
Education is just the pursuit of knowledge, in my opinion, and that's all it should be. Like, I know education for a lot of people is like a means to an end, like, oh, this will allow me to get like a better job.
Yeah.
But for me, education, it's just like I'm learning more and more every day. And that's especially the nice part about college. You get to take more and more of the stuff you want to take and learn about what you want to.
So are you starting? is it your first year you're
Yeah.
starting? How excited are you?
Oh, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I move in like less than a month now, so
Oh
that's
my
cool.
God. Oh, you haven't started yet.
No,
Oh
no.
my God. What is the thing you're looking forward to most?
Uh, at UCLA, the school's pretty famous for like having some of the best food in the country, so it's like a little bit of a cheesy thing,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I
it's
love
really
that.
cool.
Food is everyone's like fave. Um, okay. Tell me about someone who's left an impact on you and why.
I think first going into high school, in part because of the pandemic, I had really like lost all of my like self-confidence.
Mhm.
And so I met this guy in like my sophomore year. He became really quickly one of my close friends. His name's Sebastian, and he really just taught me about like self-confidence and like
Mm,
really just not caring as much about what others think of you and just sort of doing your own thing.
yeah.
And that still like influences me a lot to this day.
Yeah, I love that. I kind of like glossed over a question, but that could be related. What is a topic or a subject that you feel like should be taught in schools that isn't?
Oh yeah. Um so I think climate change is really really important, and a lot of times it's like a really small section in like your 8th grade science textbook,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's important especially for children to know like, oh, this is affecting the planet right now, despite obviously how we want it to be. Everything's not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a pretty important subject.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well, I already asked the question. The next question is there a cause or social issue they're passionate about? So we can
Yeah.
just gloss over that one. Um, this could also relate. What advice would you give someone trying to make a positive impact on their community?
I know me when I like sort of started with this thing, I'm like a big overthinker, and for me what helped is to just like try and stop thinking about it too much and just like go into it. Whatever you're thinking about, just like sort of go for it,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. Let's see. Okay, you can, either be super detailed or vague, whatever you want with this one. But what's a challenge that you've had to work through and how has it shaped you to who you are today?
Yeah, for me, my challenge was, uh, like I said, with the pandemic, I would say it was like more of overcoming myself,
Mm-hmm.
like my self doubt and all of those things. And throughout high school, I've had to work like the bad habits I developed in the pandemic, especially like procrastination and like self doubt and a lot of these things. And throughout high school, I've had to like overcome them and sort of like slowly work on just becoming better overall.
Yeah. Do you have, like, was there something that you kind of used to get through those bad habits, or was it just like a kind of time thing?
I think it helped the people that I surrounded myself with. I tried to really surround myself with people who like were sort of what I wanted to be,
Yeah.
like people who did like work hard, people who were like more self-confident. And I think just seeing that constantly within my friends, that helped me a lot.
So, like, in terms of if you were to give a piece of advice to someone that's facing something really super similar, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I would just say, try to surround yourself with people who like empower you, people who, like a quality where it's like, oh, I would love to see this in myself.
Mhm.
If you see that in your friends, I think that's like one of the first steps for change, like in yourself.
Yeah, I love that. Um, okay. So this is like, kind of a different type of question. What do you think is something that usually gets left out of a standard application when it comes to you?
Um, I think it's just hard to portray personality in these sort of standard applications because obviously a lot of times people are just seeing like a list of facts about you.
Yeah.
So like what I've already talked about, like, oh, I've been overcoming self-doubt and all of these things. I think like within, especially like when it's just like, oh, do a list of your extracurriculars, it becomes a lot more like just purely numbers based and a lot more objective than it should be. And I
Yeah.
think that just gets left out for
Yeah,
me.
for sure. Do you feel like if there was something that, we could do to change that problem, what do you feel like?
I think just like in terms of the essay prompts, something like that colleges and uh of course scholarships and extracurriculars do, just something more specific in order to like gauge people's personality
Mhm.
because I understand that they're trying to leave it open because people have different experiences, but also I feel like it's sort of easy to like honestly just make up something and it's not specific about you.
Exactly. Like you never know like what's true and what's not in these like essay prompts.
Hmm.
So, things like these, it's really fun to kind of actually gauge who you are as a person because I'm hearing you speak and I'm hearing your tone and I'm seeing your personality for what it is.
Right.
So I feel like, bring back video entries, bring
Oh
those back.
yeah, video
Yeah.
entries are a good way to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Okay, so if you were to give like a piece of advice to someone who is in your chair right now, what would you tell them?
Um, I like this quote like from World War II that Winston Churchill always said, keep calm and carry on. Because I think that's just applicable to like all facets of life, and especially where I am, like, there's a lot changing in my life right now. It's like, oh, it's the last summer before college.
Mhm.
So many stuff is going to change. But if I just, just keep on going and like keep like calm, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I think someone would also benefit from that advice.
Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!